once the dog attacks you and locks onto you, he's not letting go. The only way to get him off is to kill him. And that's pretty much how I was looking at it. The only way to get out of drug addiction was to die.
A pesar de la necesidad tallada en su cerebro, Coleman fue capaz de vencer su adicción y lo hizo de una manera que ha intrigado a los investigadores. Las piernas de Coleman fueron las víctimas de una bala perdida en su vecindario infestado de drogas, pero esta tragedia le permitió realizar un descubrimiento sorpresivo. Aún consumía cocaína, pero para calmar sus paralizadas pero temblorosas piernas, comenzó a utilizar baclofen, un relajante muscular ordinario. Cuando se le acabó la cocaína, se sorprendió al descubrir que ya no la necesitaba.
As long as I was taking the baclofen, it was blocking my mind from thinking that I needed the drugs. It was blocking that part of me that thought about it and wanted it.
El baclofen parecía estar haciendo a un lado la necesidad por la cocaína impresa en su cerebro. Cuando Coleman le reportó sus observaciones a Childress, esta se sintió intrigada por este experimento científico casero.
So we offered him a PET scan in our usual hummingbird video, cocaine video, with the bet that on baclofen that we wouldn't see the hot spots lighting up in these areas that are important for anticipating reward. Sure enough, look, there are no hot spots. So for you watching the nature video, your brain didn't respond very much differently when you were watching the cocaine video. His two scans are identical, so the way that he looks at the nature video, the way he looks during the cocaine video, there are no hot spots. So it's really encouraging to us that his description of how he feels, that he doesn't feel pulled and that he feels as though everything's in a manageable range, really matches up with his brain. His brain agrees.
Puede que el baclofen pruebe ser el primer medicamento que ayude a desviar el insaciable deseo por la cocaína y recientemente ha sido probado en adictos. Pero hasta tanto no haya medicamentos disponibles para luchar contra la adicción, los adictos continuarán batallando para vencerla por sí solos. Jessie y estas otras adolescentes pasarán entre 3 semanas y 3 meses recuperando sus vidas. Han aprendido lecciones importantes sobre cómo las drogas han cambiado sus cerebros.
I'm sitting here and I'm really dwelling on the fact that I'm an addict and I need help, and I'm not going to be able to do this by myself, and I need to do all the things that they teach me, and it's really hard. It's really hard. It's scary.
La descorazonada realidad es que 8 de cada 10 adictos reinciden y regresan a su adicción, algunas veces después de meses e incluso años de sobriedad.
I'm still terrified of relapse and just starting to use again. And that's actually, it's kind of good because I'm less likely to come back out if I am scared to death of it.
You don't want it too tight, you just want it so the helmet's not moving around on you.
El último obstáculo que enfrentarán muchas de estas adolescentes antes de salir de la rehabilitación será un curso de sogas aéreas.
As you notice, there's 2 cables, one on each side, that suspend the ladder, the rungs, okay? You can't hold on to those. Okay. The only thing you can hold on to are those rungs and your partner.
This is not as easy as it looks.
Harnesses and that back loop.
Este ejercicio de graduación simboliza el reto que enfrentan estas adolescentes al intentar vencer su adicción, después de que sus cerebros han sido distorsionados por la droga.
Pull, pull, pull. You got it, ladies. Nice job. Nice job.
A critical part of the brain has literally been hijacked by drugs of abuse. It's been rewired so that behavior is now focused on this life of obtaining and using drugs.
Communication is a key.
The behavior has become automatic, and the trick for the person who's recovering is to stop these automatic responses.
Look above you. What's above you? There you go.
What we attempt to do here is recruit other parts of your brain
to diminish those improper messages. Knowing we can't eradicate them, we attempt to recruit other soldiers, all right, other parts of the brain to help diminish those feelings.
Stand up. Let go of the rope. Use your partner to stand up.
If I had to guess, what we have to shore up is the prefrontal cortex. The critical functions of this prefrontal cortex, what we call executive function, self-control, the ability to literally have responsibility for oneself. And we can do that because the whole brain has not been overthrown by drugs of abuse.
Liz, all you've got to do is reach up, okay? Grab on to Chrissy.
Don't pull yet.
I've got you here on the rope, too.
No, let go of my hand, Chrissy.
You got it.
My greatest fear, which is climbing, and I worked through my greatest fear. I could do anything. I could do anything.
Adolescence is one of probably the most demanding times in life. You're learning how to function as a human in society. You're beginning to try and form partnerships and long-lasting friendships. You're becoming sexually aware.
And we know that leaving home, becoming an adult, having a family requires a number of much more complicated mental, psychological abilities.
And the organ of all of these changes in the way people think and emote and make judgments is, after all, their brain.